Hey guys, what's up? It's munclesonkey, and welcome to yet another episode of the Ironman Progress series. So, slight warning, in this episode, I'm really only doing questing and nothing else, because, of course, continuing on from the theme from last episode, we will be continuing to go for while GUTHIX sleeps. That was the goal, that was really the only thing I was working towards. I got all the skill requirements done in the last episode, so now it's time to get all those quest points grinded out. And the requirements for while GUTHIX sleeps themselves weren't that hard. The real struggle was getting all of the lesser quests done. A whole bunch of random quests I had to do that weren't required for while GUTHIX sleeps, but I needed because you do need 270 quest points to finish it off. So I did Lunar Diplomacy and Dream Mentor first of all, which is really nice because that gives me access to Lunar Isle. It also gives me access to lunar spells. I don't know if I'll be doing any lunar spells. There are some useful ones, such as Plank Make, for example, would make making planks a lot easier, so if I need to train construction, that's one thing I could do. The only problem with lunar spells is if I'm going to use lunar spells, I have to spend quite a bit of time rune crafting before I can, because of course I'd have to make all my own runes. There's not really any monsters that drop Aster runes anymore after Celestial Dragons got that removed from the drop table, so really the only way to get them is by making them yourself, which is slow, but who knows, I might decide to do that in the future. So I finished off Regicide as well, which is really nice because that gives me access to the Elflands. And another thing I wanted to do is I wanted to finish off all of the Elven quests in this episode. So even though I won't have the requirements to do Plague's End anytime soon, at least I will have all of the quests done to do Plague's End. So that's one thing I went for as well. And I finished Roving Elvis quest, handing it in to no one because there's no one there. They left, but the chat dialogue was still up. And now I have a crystal bow, so I can use the crystal bow, and I learned that it does not degrade if you use abilities. So one thing that I could use is if I'm fighting a monster that's weak to arrows instead of bolts, I could use the crystal bow instead of the black salamander. It's really nice getting all of these little unlocks from quests, and they come in very handy later on. Almost done with the Path of Glaufrey, something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but I had to do this quest because it is required for while GUTHIX sleeps. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, because now I can do Warped Tortoise and Warped Terrorbird tasks, although I'm not entirely sure if Duradel assigns Warped Terrorbirds or not. He might. They're a bad task, but I'm going to be unlocking Curdle soon anyway, and then I won't have to worry about them. Warped Tortoise, I'll probably do them just because it would be nice to collect some tortoise shells in order to make War Tortoise pouches, because that's the best BOB familiar I can use. 20k Slayer XP for that quest, very good. 30k Strength XP too. So a lot of XP and 2 skills that I didn't entirely want XP in just because they're fairly easy for me to train, but oh well. So we got that quest done, and I think it's time to do Lunar Diplomacy now. I'm finishing up King's Ransom. Pretty fun quest. This is actually one of my more favorite quests in the game. I kind of like it, and this will get me a whole bunch of defense XP, which I didn't really need, but I will be able to run this antique lamp and get 5k Herblore. That's always nice. And also, if we look at this, going down to while GUTHIX sleeps, which is our current goal right now, I have all the quests required done. Everything is done. Oh yeah, except the one small thing of 270 quest points. And that's going to take a while because I have 207. If we just switch the 7 and the 0, we'd be good. But that's going to take a while to get all those quests done, so I do have all my quests planned out. But one thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to get 60 prayer, and then I'm going to do the Knight's Training Ground. Kind of a quick ending screen here, but I just finished off on Nakra's Lament, 2 more quest points, and it was required for our OTM as well, so I had to do it. But a whole bunch of XP, including some crafting XP, which is always nice, and I also have a Camulet, so I can teleport to the mine, if I ever want to mine granite or something like that. I'm about to be finished with the Great Brain Robbery quest, and I was kind of looking forward to maybe the Anchor being a decent weapon. I think it would be cool to use. It definitely would look cooler than the Blisterwood Polearm. But unfortunately, it's slightly worse than the Blisterwood Polearm. It kind of has the stats of about a tier 65 weapon. I don't think there are any tier 65 weapons, but if there were, it would have the stats of the Barrel Chest Anchor. So anyway, that's all for this quest. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more pirate quests. I think I'm done after that. Pretty measly amount of prayer XP, considering this quest does have quite a few requirements. Let's put any extra XP into Herblore, though, because that's what I do. And that quest was required for ROTM, which is the reason why I did it. I'm about to finish another one of these really long quests, and this one is Fremennik Isles. Pretty glad to get this one done. I think I get Construction XP for finishing it as well. It did take quite a while. It took like 45 minutes. What do these skills still want? All these are really terrible options, but I guess I will pick Strength, because why not? And we'll pick Strength again. I would much prefer to use at least Range or something, but whatever. We got Fremennik Isles done, and for some reason this is actually required for Ritual of the Majoret. It's one of the chain quests that's required to eventually get one of those quests that's actually required for it. But we're up to 217 quest points. Not bad. And I can probably oct this for like 50k. And we're finishing another quest. Imagine that. But this one was probably my least favorite novice quest in the game. And admittedly, there's some quests that are a lot worse than the novice quest. But out of novice quests, this one is not very good because it takes a long time. It's only like 3k XP as a reward. But now when I get 92 Slayer, I can kill Ice Strike Worms. And also, it's required for ROTM, which is why I'm doing it. And I only have about 5 quests left that are required for ROTM that I have to do. Of course, I still have to continue farming quest points to get WGS done. But it's pretty cool to just know that we're almost done with ROTM requirements, and we will be done with them by the time that While Gothic Sleeps is completed. I'm just about done with Mizanin Mummy, and if you can tell by my chat bar here, I 100% completed the Sentinelin, whatever her name is supposed to be. So that is a requirement for one of the quests that I need to eventually do. Anyway, that was a fairly easy one. This is all of the required quests I can do for ROTM. There's a couple more that I just don't have skill requirements for yet, but I'll eventually get those and get them done as well. About to finish up the next quest here in our quest progression, and this one is called A Void Dance. This one also took quite a while to complete, like a 45-minute long quest, which was a little bit crazy, but anyway, we're getting this one done. I really wish I could do the next quest in the series, which is going to be the Void Stairs Back, as I will be getting tier 75 melee weapons from that, which is going to be awesome, but I have to get 70 construction as well as 70 smithing before I can do that, and a few combat levels at all as well. But we did get a mining level from that, level 61. I don't know if that unlocks anything. Dragon Pickaxe, I suppose, didn't really need that, and 50 combinations, so we're just going to continue working on the quest. Finally done with Ghost Ahoy. I don't know why I put it off for so long. I really don't like this quest very much, but you know, I got through it. Wasn't too bad. 2k per XP, not all that helpful, but I do now have a active file, which is going to be really helpful for doing farm runs and such. So it's time to move on to the next quest. I'll just get rid of some of this junk in my inventory, and then I think I'm going to be doing... I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but I'll find something. About to finish up one of my favorite quests in the game. I'm not really sure why, and I didn't need to do this quest for anything other than the quest points, I suppose. It's only one quest point, however, but we're just about done with Grim Tales. It was pretty fun. Pretty short quest as well, which I'm always a fan of, and 40k XP overall. We're up to 250 quest points. That means only 20 left to go. We're so close. So I did have a couple more harder quests that gave better rewards that I wanted to finish off to gain some quest points, but between 250 and 270 quest points, most of the quests that I did were finishing off a lot of those novice quests that are very, very quick, and a lot of those novice quests surprisingly give multiple quest points. Quests such as Myths of the White Lands and Demon Slayer, quests like that that are very, very easy, take hardly any time at all, and you can get sometimes 2 quest points. There's a few that even give 3 quest points. So I grinded out a lot of those, and that just made the progression, getting up to 270 quest points, a lot easier. So I didn't bother recording the endings of most of those because it's like you finished Vampire Slayer, you gain 5k attack XP. It's really not that exciting. A lot of quests like that. But I did finish off Glorious Memories. I just decided to do this one because I do like it, and I also want to do Blood Runs Deep eventually to unlock the Balmung, and that quest is the prerequisite for it. And then here, almost finished off with the Elf quest. I finished off Within the Light. Really was not that bad, not nearly as bad as Morning's End Part 2, and it was required for Plague's End, which is the reason why I did it. 95k XP from that. That's really nice as well. And then all I had left to do for the Elf quest was Catapult Construction, and then I'd have all the quest requirements done for Plague's End, which is going to be awesome to get that done. I'm about to finish up dealing with Cabarrus because I figured this would be a good quest to do because I will gain access to the Enchanted Water Tiara after doing this quest, which is really handy for traveling in the desert. So let's finish it up, and I get some agility XP. That's always nice. And also, if you look here, 268 quest points. I have 2 more to go till While Gothic Sleeps, and I'm planning to do Catapult Construction next, which is needed for the Elf quest, and it's also the last quest requirement that I need for Plague's End, as well as it's 2 quest points. So that's the last one I need to do. This is awesome. I am finally done with all of the questing, at least when it comes to While Gothic Sleeps. It looks like we finish off Catapult Construction here, and we're up to 270 quest points. Got some construction and fletching XP, and hey, I also got 60 construction. That's pretty nice. I'm going to have to get up to 70 for some other quests that I'm planning on doing in the future, but that's one of the requirements for Nomad's Requiem. That's pretty cool, as well as 30 teak planks, adamant halberd. I don't think I need this for anything, but it might alch for 5k, so I'll hold on to it. It looks like I'm finally completely ready to start on While Gothic Sleeps, so let's go do that. And unfortunately I won't be able to kill any TDs because I'm at tier 70 weapons at the moment. But anyway, at least I will have them unlocked, and that's one stage towards getting the Ascension crossbow. I'm about to finally finish up while GUTHIX sleeps. Pretty cool. I've been working on this goal for a while, and I'm going to get 400k XP as well. I'm just going to put all of that in Herblore, which is going to be awesome and get me quite a ways until 75 Herblore, which is going to be nice for Elf Cities. So let's see how many levels this is going to get me. I'm really glad to get this quest over with. Unfortunately, I can't really kill TDs yet because I'm a bit too low of a level, but it does get us pretty close to ROTM as well. And we advanced 6 Herblore levels up to level 72. And while GUTHIX sleeps is complete. So that was my major goal out of the way, and I guess I'll start working towards the next Grandmaster quest I want to do. That's going to be all for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. And in the next episode, we will be working towards yet another Grandmaster quest. Which one is it going to be? Maybe Plague's End, maybe ROTM. You guys will have to wait and see to the next episode for which one I'll be going for. But anyway, I will see you guys then. Looking forward to it, looking forward to making more progress, and farewell.